Welcome back. We've got another deal of the week for you. This property's on Ridgeway. Let's get right into it. I got Jimmy here. Jimmy, say hi to everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Okay, this is a 2-bed, 1-bath house just below the airport area of St. Louis. I think this is like St. Anne, technically. I'll show you a map here in a little bit. But it's got 1,330 square feet, two-car garage.
We've hit home runs in St. Anne and Overland. Generally, this neighborhood's been very kind to us. Our first house was in Overland.
Yeah. It's kind of a working class, blue-collar area. Good access to several highways. And kind of the Clayton area and most areas in St. Louis you can get to from here pretty quickly. So here's a nice picture of the exterior, big driveway, private backyard. Kitchen's decent, but it's fine for rental grade stuff. Bathroom's actually probably above par for the neighborhood and the price points. Hardwood floors in the living room, dining room area here. And it's got this big addition on the back, which is one thing I really liked about the property, and big vaulted ceiling you'll see in the next picture. Here's that back room. Master bedroom up here on the top left, and the second bedroom, hardwood floors. Again, nice property, in good shape as you can tell. And we found this one on the multiple listing service. We find probably 75 to 80% of our stuff directly off the MLS, making a lot of offers each and every week. It's one of my kind of daily habits is to pull up the MLS, see what's new, what's price dropped, and whip out some offers. For those not familiar, St. Louis, here's exactly where this property is. We've got the 270 loop that runs all the way around, 70 running through, and 170 running north-south. So like I said, good access to a lot of highways. Here's the airport, Lambert.
And Overland has great tenants, great cash flowing properties. I love when we buy in Overland.
Yeah, you can find good deals there, and yeah, quality tenants. Here's some comparable sales from when we bought this property. Ranged anywhere from 73 to 99. You can see ours is 1,330 some odd square feet. All in that similar price range. If you're pulling comps, you want to go lower about 20% and higher about 20% in the square footage. So, and most of these are 2 bedrooms. This one's a 1-bedroom sold for 75. So, we've got a lot of equity here in this deal. You look at our loan to value, our total investment from when we bought this thing for, and what we spent on repairs eventually is $42,000. We take even the low end figure of $80,000. We've got a 52% loan to value. So very safe deal, and we projected rent on this one to be around $850 to $950 per month. So what did we end up getting?
Ouch!
Oh, well, actually, this one did not turn out so well. This one's actually been vacant for about 6 months, and we'll get into some of the reasons for that in a minute. But this is one of the situations where it really pays to be a private lender. Whether our properties are vacant or occupied, or whether our tenant is going through eviction or not, our private lender is getting a check every month. They act just like the bank. So no matter what's going on with the property, our private lender is getting paid. And this situation was one where, for whatever reason, we couldn't find a quality tenant, and we said, hey, it's better to sometimes have a vacant property than a bad tenant.
And then we did say to you guys we would not just show you our home runs, we'd also show you some of our dogs.
Yeah. So this is a definite dog, and so we had to.
And if this had been our first property, we would. Who knows if we'd still be real estate investors? But these do happen.
Yeah.
Well, our first deal was a dog too, and we kept going.
Oh, we've had our fair share of
but
dogs.
Maybe it's because we have clips like this in the back of our mind with Rocky.
We had to have Rocky pump us up after this one. So, actually, now that we're talking about it, getting a little press, I need this pump up.
Here's something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
All right.
Right. So we could have been blaming everybody. We could have been blaming the seller. We could have been blaming each other. We could have been blaming our sales guys. But we have 100 and some odd properties. You're going to have a couple dogs. That's one house is 1% of your portfolio is a dog.
Yeah, and so we asked ourselves, all right, what happened? What could we have done differently? What did we not think about on this property? And sometimes we try to push the envelope with these lease option deals and have our tenant buyers take on some of the responsibility for the repairs and maintenance. The main house, as you saw, was pretty nice. Hardwood floors, the kitchen was in decent shape, had the appliances there, some tile in the bathrooms. Everything was working and functional. And we said, we can probably have this house, sell this house as is with the main house functional and this backyard being a little bit of a mess. But you can't really see in this picture, but there was a huge tree over here behind the garage. And this area behind the garage was actually eroded out a little bit. And, it was something where the right storm came through or whatnot. This tree could have just collapsed all onto this garage, and you can see there's a bunch of whatever wood pilings here now because we've shredded this tree now, and I think this was really intimidating for our lease option tenant buyers because this is a house that they're eventually planning on purchasing, and but something is probably scaring them, and you can't really see it in the pictures as well, but this is a block garage, and there's some cracks here, and this garage was pretty shady as well. And the combination of the big tree, this back wall back hill that's kind of eroded out, and the garage was just, I think, too much for a tenant buyer, and that also being a 2-bedroom house, is a little bit less of a market for 2-bedroom homes. So we ended up demolishing this garage, cutting down the tree, and doing some things along the way to make this property a little bit more attractive to a tenant buyer. But one of the questions you have to ask yourself when you're getting started in real estate is, can you weather these types of storms? I mean, we've had this property vacant for 6 months, and granted, we could have done some of this work a little bit sooner. But we're playing a big volume game. We're turning a lot of properties, so sometimes we don't necessarily focus on one property as much as maybe we should.
We had other capital demands, and they were just spent at other places. But
We
got
we felt our rehab money was better spent on some other projects than this one. But at some point, you got to reassess and get some of these losers caught up to speed. So anyways, if you're getting started in real estate and this is your first property, would you necessarily know these things? Would you have bought this property like me, thinking it was a good deal, and could you handle sitting on it for 6 months and not getting paid? Where if you're a private lender in this situation, it doesn't really matter if you're investing with a real estate investor who has a big portfolio and can kind of, what's the right word? Is it dollar cost average? Basically, you're spreading your risk around when we've got 110 other cash flowing properties.
And this investor, he's invested on some of our home runs, and he's invested on this dog.
Yeah.
But I mean, he knows what we're capable of, and because we do have home runs, we've been able to cover the interest to him. So whether it's a home run or a dog, this guy cashes his checks the same way every month. He doesn't really care.
Yeah, we've got the inertia of our other portfolio to kind of absorb some of these losses. But if this is your first deal, it's going to hurt a lot. So if you're getting started, sometimes being a private lender is not that bad of a place to begin, and you get to learn and get some deals under your belt.
And because we have a bigger portfolio, time is on our side. We will be in the black. We have a tenant buyer in there now. We'll be in the black on this in 6 months.
Oh, yeah. So we ended up finally getting a tenant buyer, put $3,000 down, paying $835 a month, a little bit lower than my projection. And with this one sitting, we said, let's just get this done. Let's get somebody in there and get this thing cash flowing. And $89,000 option price. So we still got tons of equity on the back end. Still a very safe deal. Here's how our cash flow breaks out.
And it was a single lady who ended up buying. So the 2-in-1 might have had a big...
Yeah.
80, 90% of our deals are 3s and 2s. or at least a 3-in-1.
Yeah, we try to shoot for 3-bedroom minimum, and if we can get 4 or 5 bedrooms, we really prefer those. But we will buy 2 bedrooms. We still got this one pretty cheap, and there is demand out there for 2 bedrooms. We just don't buy.
But if you're new, I would definitely 3 and 2 all day long.
Yeah, and for sure stay away from 1 bedrooms. Don't buy 1 bedrooms. There's just no market out there, especially nowadays. People like having a home office or they work from home. Stay away from the 1 bedrooms unless it's just dirt cheap.
Unless you can pick it up for $5.
Yes, yeah. Don't pay $7. $5 is a good deal. So we got $835 per month coming in the door. Our taxes break down to $131 per month. Insurance, $35 a month. Sewer bill, $35 per month. Our tenant buyer is responsible for all the repairs and maintenance going forward and all our utilities. Our payment to our private lender on this one was $420 per month. So at the end of the day, going forward now, we're left with $214 per month.
And we're shooting for $200 a property, so it works, but it's definitely not going into our Hall of Fame.
Yeah, for sure. But we're shooting for economies of scale here, so it's all right. Okay, want to find out more about us? Go to joinusproperties.com. Email us there, joinusproperties@gmail.com. Call Jimmy, or go to autopilotassets.com to learn how to structure deals like this in your own backyard. Thank you. Hope you learned something, and don't buy a dog. Here's a lesson. And if you do, it's okay. Pick yourself back up. Watch some Rocky clips. I'm a big fan of Rocky 4. I think that's my favorite
it's
Rocky.
Cold War at its finest, for sure.
Yeah. So.
And if you're new to real estate or you just went to some seminar and they gave you all the knowledge but none of the know-how and how to do it, come to us. We'll get you through your first few deals with your capital at work quickly, and everybody wins.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about the real estate guru arena. You got to kind of those people sell you on
they'll give you the knowledge, but not the know-how.
Yeah, no, they'll give you some know-how, but they just sell you all like the glitz and the glamour. And we like showing you the big wins too, but we're also going to show you some of the mistakes along the way, because those are the biggest learning lessons. And if we don't have deals like this, you can't have the home runs.
And because we're lease to own and we're cash flow based, we will make lemonade out of this lemon. I mean, that's why this strategy is just the ultimate hedge against everything.
Yep. All right, thank you. Have a good one.